What's up, y'all? Thompson Newkirk here. Super excited to be working with Performer Magazine and Elixir Strings again. Today we're going to be breaking down the song Harmony Hall by Vampire Weekend. It's one of my favorite tunes. It's a great song to play around the campfire or in the living room with friends, and it's also a great song to play with a full ensemble as well. So we're going to start by going over the signature lick, which opens the song, it ends each chorus, and is the outro as well. Also with this song, you can play this on a solo acoustic guitar, but if you want to play it as closely like they do on the record, you are going to want to have a loop pedal to create that guitar harmony effect, or two guitar players, but for our purposes today, we're going to be using a looping pedal. But I'm going to show you the lick piece by piece, and then we'll add in the loop pedal after that. So to start off, we're going to bar the 4th fret with our pointer finger here, and the lick is going to start on the E string on the 7th fret, and we're going to use our pinky to do that. So the lick is going to be, it's going to go like this. Now that's the first half of the lick. The second half of the lick is going to basically follow the same pattern, except when you get up to the high B string, instead of using your pointer finger, you're going to use your middle finger on the 5th fret of the B string. So it's going to be like this. And the guitar harmony comes when you put those two licks together. So that will sound like this. Now those go together very well because they are fourths of each other. And what I mean by that is in the major scale, those notes are 4th degrees of one another, so they line up very nicely and they create that nice harmony. So that's the opening lick, the signature lick, like I say, that finishes each chorus and is also the outro of the song as well. It's one of the harder parts of the song because moving on, the chords to the pre-chorus and the chorus are the same. The chords are going to be F sharp major to B major to E major. I'm going to say that again. Those chords are going to be F sharp major to B major to E major. And because those chords are the same, one thing you can do to kind of generate a little bit more dynamic or change or movement is to play the pre-chorus down here, and then you play the chorus an octave up here. So that would sound like this. It would say, anger wants a voice, voices want to sing, singers harmonize until they can't hear anything. I was free from all that questioning, but every time a problem ends, another one begins, and the stone walls of Harmony Hall bear witness. Anybody with a worried mind could never forgive the sight. Now, right after that comes that very high ooh, which I'm not going to try to do. I just don't have that in my vocal register. But what I will show you how to do is how to play that on the guitar. Now that melody is this. It's now what that is basically is you're gonna use your ring finger on the 11th fret, and you're gonna go down to the 9th fret on your pointer finger on the B string. This is all on the B string. And then you're going to go pass back up on that 11th fret with your ring finger and go to the 12th fret with your pinkies. So, and then to resolve, you're going to take your ring finger on the 11th fret of the G string and then resolve on the E on the G string of the 9th fret. So altogether, it will sound Now if we're using the loop pedal, we'll do that right now. So it'll be that's the chords, and you've basically got the meat and potatoes of the song right now. But now we're going to go over the arpeggio that brings us out of the bridge and into the final chorus. This arpeggio is such a great it's a great guitar exercise. Actually, it doesn't have to be just for this song. It's a great exercise because going over your scales, going over your fingering, all that is great. And when you can use those scales and fingerings to create other exercises like arpeggios, it can kind of make practicing a little more fun because it's got a little more melody to it. This arpeggio is very melodic. So just to recap, those chords over the arpeggio are going to be F sharp major to B major to E major. So those chords are going to stay the same. And what we'll do is we'll go over these arpeggios piece by piece so you see where they fit in the chord progression and with which chord. So it starts off on the A string with your pinky on the 4th fret, and you're going to go down to the 1st fret with your pointer finger, and then down to the 2nd fret with your middle finger. So it's going to be, you're going to do that lick or piece twice. So then we're going to move the pointer finger up to the 1st fret of the D string, and you're going to bar the A and E string on the 2nd fret with your middle finger. So you're going to do that twice. Then you're going to move your pointer finger and bar the A string and D string on the 2nd fret with your pointer, and you're going to play the E string on the 4th fret with your ring finger. And there's a lot of numbers and letters, but just take it slow. So it's going to be, you're going to play that 4 times. And the reason for that is that's the length of the chords. Just so, again, so it's, so that's the reason you play 2, 2, and 4. So altogether, that first part of the arpeggio is going to be, next one. So the next part of that arpeggio, you're just going to take the same position and move it up 1 step. You're going to go from, you're going to bar the A and D string on the 4th fret with your pointer finger, and you're going to play the E string on the 6th fret with your ring finger. That's going to sound like this, and you're going to do this twice. Then you're going to kind of make like a little bit of a C chord. You're going to play the 4th fret on the D string with your pointer, 6th fret on the A string with your middle, 7th fret on the E string with your ring, and again, twice. Then we're going to do what might be the largest stretch in this arpeggio. You're going to go 6th fret on the D string with your pinky, down to the 2nd fret. You're going to bar the A and D string again with your pointer finger. So it's going to be, now that you're going to play 3 times because you're going to do a little bit of a walk up here. So you're going to play that 3 times. You're going to go, and you're going to take your ring finger and play the 3rd fret on the G string, and you're just going to play that D string on the 2nd fret with your pointer finger. So it'll be, so it's that little walk up. And what that sounds like is this. And that brings you in to the next part of the arpeggio. So altogether, that part is going to sound like this. And what you're going to do now, you're going to kind of make like an F chord from the, it's not an F chord, but it's like a half step up, but it's the same position. You're going to take your pointer finger on the 2nd fret, your middle finger on the 3rd fret of the G string, and your ring finger on the 4th fret of the D string. And it's going to be, again, twice. So it's going to, so that's that walk up, just to kind of put that together for you real quick. It'll be, now that part is probably the easiest part of the arpeggio. You're just going to bar the D, G, and B string with your pointer finger on the 4th fret, and then you're just going to play that twice. Now the next part is probably one of the most meticulous parts. Some people may tell you you can play the E and the B string open here, and technically you can, but if you want to really create that chuggy sound, that kind of driving rhythm sound that they do on the record and when they do it live, I don't recommend that you play those strings open. What you're going to do is you're going to play the 5th fret with your middle finger on the B string, down to the 4th fret with your pointer finger on the G string, and to the 6th fret with your ring finger and the 6th fret on the D string with your ring finger. So that's going to be like, and then you're going to do a walk up. So it's going to go, and that, again, that's just going to take some practice, going very slow and getting it down. So we'll do that again. You're going to go, again, you're going to keep your pointer finger barred on this 4th fret, and you're going to take your middle finger on the 5th fret of the B string, ring finger on the 6th fret of the D string, and you're going to do, you're just going to play those 3, and then pinky to the 7th fret of the B string, still pointer finger on the 4th fret of the G string. Then there's a little string jump here. You're going to play the 4th fret of the high E string, back down to the pointer of the 4th fret on the D string, or a G string, excuse me. And you're going to play that twice. It's going to go ring finger to the 6th fret of the E string, pinky to the 7th fret of the E string. So that's what that sounds like. It's going to be, and when you put it all together, it's going to really lend itself to the next part of the arpeggio. So let's go over that little section real quick. Almost there, you're cruising right along. So the last part of the actual arpeggio is going to be, it's actually pretty, it's fairly simple, but it's just, again, it's a little meticulous. So you're going to take your pinky, go to the 9th fret of the E string, and you're going to play the 6th fret of the E string. I get confused myself. You're going to play the 6th fret of the E string with your pointer finger. Then you're going to play the B string on the 7th fret with your middle finger. I'll show you what that is like. So it's, and instead of doing that exactly twice, what you're going to do is this. You're going to go, it's got a little dissonance to it, but when it's all put together, it sounds really nice. So it's going to be, and what that little dissonant note is going to be the 9th fret on the G string with your pinky. So, and then now the last little part of that arpeggio, you're going to take your pinky, and on the 11th fret of the E string, you're going to come down to the 7th fret of the E string on your pointer finger, and you're going to play the 9th fret of the B string with your middle finger. And what that's going to sound like, you're going to do that twice. What that's going to sound like is this. And that's going to lead you right into the last part of that arpeggio, and that's going to be your pointer finger and your pointer finger barring the B and E string on the 7th fret, going up to the 12th fret, up to the 16th fret, and down to the 14th fret. And that'll sound like this. And you're going to play that 12th fret twice. So you'd be like this. And that lands you right on that F sharp major for the chorus. So we're going to play that last little section nice and slow, and then we're going to put it all together nice and slow, and then we'll play the full song. So. So you've gotten everything about that song now. You've got the chords to the pre-chorus, you've got the chords to the chorus, the melody for the chorus if you can't hit it with your voice, you've got the arpeggio, and you've got the opening signature lick of the song. Now we're going to put it all together.
We took a vow in summertime, now we find ourselves in late December. And I believe that New Year's Eve will be the perfect time for their great surrender, 'cause they don't remember. Anger wants a voice, voices want to sing. Singers harmonize till they can't hear anything. Thought that I was free from all that questioning, but every time a problem ends, another one begins. And the stone walls of Harmony Hall bear witness. Anybody with a worried mind could never forgive the sight of wicked snakes inside a place you thought was dignified. I don't want to live like this, and I don't want to die. Within the halls of power lies a restless heart that beats like a young pretender. Beneath these velvet gloves I hide the shameful crooked hands of a money lender, 'cause I still remember. Anger wants a voice, voices want to sing. Well, singers harmonize until they can't hear anything. Thought that I was free from all that questioning, but every time a problem ends, another one begins. And the stone walls of Harmony Hall bear witness. Anybody with a worried mind could never forgive the of wicked snakes inside a place you thought was dignified. I don't wanna live like this, and I don't wanna die. And the stone walls of Harmony Hall bear witness. Anybody with a worried mind can never forgive the sight of wicked snakes inside a place you thought was dignified. I don't wanna live like this, and I don't wanna die. Anybody with a worried mind can never forgive the sight of wicked snakes inside a place you thought was dignified. I don't wanna live like this, and I don't wanna die.
So y'all, one area I want to touch on is the fact that this song is not that challenging with the chords. It's only got about 3 chords in it. But one area that it can prove to be a little challenging is the fingering. It's got pretty dexterous fingering, and one thing that can help with that is to get yourself a pack of these Elixir coated strings. That coating can really diminish a lot of that string squeaking that you can get with other brands. I use Elixirs on my acoustics, my electrics, and as well my 12 string. You can find Elixir on Amazon, Guitar Center, or anywhere you buy guitar strings. But thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to me on YouTube. Go follow me on Instagram. And make sure to check out Performer Magazine as well on Instagram and anywhere else you read about music. Thank you so much for watching, and pumped to see you guys at the next show.